Good morning. Happy Sunday. We are recording here live in our last and final home here on our trip here in Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a great little town so far. We're kind of downtown, past all of the major ballparks on the way in, which was pretty cool to see. And I don't know what the plan is today. Aaron, do you know what the plan is?
Oh, yeah.
Aaron knows the plan, which is great. The rest of us, we will find out as he tells us.
Yep.
Yeah, so he says we will find them in riddles hid throughout the house, and then we'll figure it out. All right, this is the grand tour, because I know you were asking for it. Pretty cool house here in Cincinnati, almost basically a couple minutes from downtown. I hear it's kind of the college row of housing on the other side of the street, at least, for Cincinnati University. Kind of cool. So this house is old. I think it was built in 1870s, 1850s, somewhere in there. I know the house next door was built in 1834, because that's what the neighbor lady said. But it's very interesting. 4 stories total. So I'll go ahead and show you what we have going on here. We have this grand entrance leading to some stairs. We will get to that in a little bit. However, if you take a left here, you have our living, dining, kitchen area. So this is kind of the heart of the house, I suppose. When you, first come in, you kind of see these 3 areas. And then here in the back, I think some of the littles are taking a nap back here. But you have a bedroom back there. And then bathroom here. Alrighty. Man, it is warm up here. Alright, so you come out of this area here, and we will go up the stairs. A lot of fun. Alright, so here is the second level, and back this way. So you have this big old hallway right here. You can see. So at the end of it, over here, you have bedroom number 1 up on this level. So just a single, really nice. Bins in there. Then you have the bathroom. So this is the main bathroom for this floor. So there is no master in the traditional sense on this floor. It's just this bathroom, bedroom over here, and then you walk down over here and you get to this room. And this is kind of the bunk room. All the girls are in here. So you can see the 2 beds over here. And then if you look on this side over here, 2 bunk beds over here as well. And this just goes out into that hallway. And yes, you do see another set of stairs. And I'll get to that in a second, because that's where Ann and I are staying. More on that in a bit. So you get to the end of this hall, and you have probably what's considered to be the master. Here you see just big ceilings and all of that. That's where Sarah and Andrew are staying, so I won't record all of personal stuff. You keep going up the stairs here, and this is now the 3rd floor. Actually the 4th, because there's the basement. So we are way up here. Here's a cool, it's not stained glass, they just put some texture on it. But guess what's on the 4th floor, 3rd floor? They put their washer and dryer on the 4th floor. You're downstairs. There have been multiple times where we've been downstairs already, like my wallet's upstairs, or the keys to the car are upstairs, and so I'm like, I'll be back in a little bit. I gotta go all the way upstairs to get it. It's a lot. All right, so this then is the top floor. So we have here Very nice, very quaint. But the cool thing is we have our own bathroom up here. Da-da-da. The downside, and this is why this wasn't very popular, because you might say, hey, well, this, other than it being on the 3rd floor, which is a hike up here, but it's worth it if you have your own bathroom, right? Well, the AC doesn't really get all the way up here to the floor. We have vents, but the AC just, I don't think is big enough for this kind of house. It's a little muggy up here. And in the evening, it's a little hot. So Anna and I have taken the mattress off the bed and just set it on the floor right underneath the ceiling fan. That seems to work. So, hey, we've done many campouts, so we get creative and it works perfectly. That's the tour of this house in Cincinnati. A lot of fun. We did the art yesterday. We're doing the Creation Museum tomorrow. And today's just kind of a fill-in-the-blank day. A bunch of people are at an antique deal looking at some old stuff downtown Cincinnati. I think there's going to be a few activities maybe that we do a little later on. I'm going to get a little editing done because that's something I enjoy doing, and I'm kind of backlogged on some projects, so I'll be working on that a little bit. And that's all I have for now. See ya. Guys, welcome back to our channel. Yeah, I'm filming. So today I'm going to take you behind the scenes of a famous podcast, C28, that I'm going to be
it's so famous you
guess. That's not the point. My buddy Brian here, I'm going to show you kind of some of the gear he's using, and you can comment in the comment section if you think he should upgrade some stuff. Or if he's doing it right or doing it wrong. I have no opinion.
Or become a Patreon member and help fund the changes.
Say what? You're doing what?
Patreon?
Oh.
Yeah. I forgot all the information about it.
Was I your founding patron?
You were our biggest supporter for a long time.
Nice. Yeah. I've since ditched it because I don't believe in it anymore. No, I'm kidding. But so anyway, if you've watched the podcast, you will know famously this TV and the on-air.
Right? Yeah. Let me get the on-air side now.
So just kind of walk us through a little bit. Oh yeah. Does it plug in? There we go. Oh, look at that.
What do you want me to walk you through?
Well, just show me the setup. Like what's going on here?
SM7Bs for microphones. How we started out with pod mics, but what happened is we had some complaints from people who are wealthy. They said, "What mics do you need?" And so we explained it, and they bought one of them. I bought another one, and then another couple wanted to support the podcast, and they said, "What do you guys need?" And they got us 2 more, so we have 4 SM7Bs. Some Shure.
Those are really nice, by the way. They make the sound.
Mm-hmm. And the Rodecaster Pro, the updated version has a setting for it. So you just click the SM7B and
EQs it?
EQs it for
Boom.
it. We have some Shure H440 headphones.
Look at those. Amazing.
They actually are pretty good. I prefer the boom stands. The guy that used to work with us on this preferred this guy here. And then the cameras, we use iPhones that people don't want anymore. A beautiful, what is this, the OL7?
A7.
A7?
Yeah, A7S3. Yeah, I've been on him for a while now to change his cameras. But he... you gotta work within your means, so that's what he's doing.
We have some lights from China, the MS40Ls. They are actually battery powered, but we plug them in also. They come off and they just have this handle. If you're doing whatever you need that, you can change the whether it's white light or warm light, and then the brightness on them, and they're just cheap Amazon lights
from China. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And then here's comparison. Here's his stand.
Wait, get the camera.
I'm sorry. The quality.
There you go.
Boom. No, look at that. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then here's my stand.
Yes.
Got a few uplights here, which is nice. You get a little ambiance going. So that's about, I think, the extent of the behind the scenes That was exciting. Oh, look, the light.
See?
Oh, that is warm.
Warm, white. I don't know where to put it.
Cool, well, is what we call it. Warm or cool. All right. Well, we will update you on how things went or go as we move along. Kind of I think what's unique about your podcast is there's not a whole lot of studying that goes into them or pre-thought or like raw, right off the raw conversation.
Raw
we have some notes, but really a lot of it is just kind of off the top of our head or what God puts on our heart. So today we're going to be talking about worship. So we just got done with our podcast. 1 out of 10. What do you feel the quality was? Best guest ever.
Of us together?
Yeah, best guest ever. Maybe top.
It's gonna be best guest ever.
Oh, okay. I didn't give you many options.
Yeah. No, all together, I think that podcast was. Oh yeah, give me more in there.
Yeah. There we go.
Too much. I think it was. Yeah, I'm pretty easy grader. 10 out of 10. Good conversation. Raw conversation about worship. That's what we're shooting for.
Raw.
Yeah.
That's true. So, anyway, I appreciate the fact that he invited me over, and that we had the opportunity to talk through some stuff. And
we're gonna do it again too. He's gonna.
Yeah.
I go up there, when he comes down.
Yeah, we need to figure out the whole Zoom thing. I think that could be done.
Right.
I just don't know how. So if you know how to zoom in on podcasts and all those things, comment in the comments below. Yeah, that's what
like and subscribe and share.
See?
Yeah.
I'll pay you later. Okay. So this is a little later in the day. Just got back to the home base, which is my brother and sister-in-law's house here in Sacramento. And we're just reflecting. Great day being on the podcast with Brian. Always a good time. And podcast is kind of a neat thing. I hope I learned a little. Hadn't really spent much time in the podcast space. Not really probably something that I'd want to necessarily do myself. There are far more talented and people who are driven in that way. So go for it, Brian. Glad you have the passion for it, and definitely enjoy being a guest, though. That was a lot of fun, and hopefully I can do it again sometime, maybe when I'm down here or he's up at our place. We talked about maybe doing a couple more. It's an interesting podcast. Is kind of an interesting medium in the sense that there's just a lot to be said. A lot of people want to say things. It's kind of getting a little oversaturated, much like the video world or photography world. I think all of these different mediums are getting pretty busy because it's just so accessible. You can buy a camera and lens and make things look nice for relatively inexpensive. It's still expensive, but compared to what it used to be, pretty inexpensive. Podcast, the same thing. You really don't need a whole lot, just a microphone, computer, record some stuff, and put it out on the interwebs. And there you go, you have your podcast. So maybe you would like to start your own podcast. Check out the gear that we talked about today. It might be helpful for you. Can 100% support and give my stamp of approval for those microphones. The best. All right, so we will see you on the next one. Thanks for coming along. The podcast world. What a crazy thing. All right, see ya.